God damn it.
What was my fault?
Everything's your fault. I pressed the wrong button.
And that's my fault.
Yes.
So it's my fault that your parcel that you ordered yourself has come to my house and
No,
not
I never
your
said
house.
it was your fault. At what point did I go, Dad, it's your fault?
You just said everything was my fault.
No,
You
I
just said
you
everything
winding
is
me
my
up,
fault.
Not my parcels. You winding me up, made me press the wrong button. That's what I said.
Oh, it's my fault you pressed the wrong button because I wound you up. Have you been on the phone for 10 seconds and I've already wound you up? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much.
You at work again?
Yeah. Wow, that's a massive wasp on my desk that's just crawled out my keyboard.
A wasp has crawled out of your keyboard.
Yeah, that scared the crap out of me.
Well, I could think of worse places it could crawl out of.
Well, I know. I need to get a glass.
Was it a queen, is it?
Him. No, but I don't want to kill it. It may bite me, sting me or something.
You man mouse or a wet lettuce?
It's gone! Oh, crap.
Okay.
I've lost it.
You've lost it?
It's gone. Lost it.
That's going to spend the rest of the day stalking you in your office now.
I can hear it.
Can you? Is it a laid buzzy wasp?
No, it's kind of a quiet one, but... Oh, I've just seen a massive spider. It's like, oh, I found you. I found you. I found you. Oh, no, you're on the window. Oh, I'll just open the window. That'll be fine. I've got all kinds of freaking creepy crawlies on me yesterday.
Well, you know, that's what turds attract, you know.
I was doing the washing yesterday and I put my head in the web. Didn't think anything more of it.
Put your head in the where?
In a web outside.
Oh, in a web. Oh.
And I had 2 spiders in my hair.
Did you?
It was horrible.
Well, it must have been horrible for them.
Okay, fair enough. Would that monkey puzzle fit in my car or not? If I put all the seats down.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I haven't cut it yet because I've actually got to wait for the lads to be here because it's going to need 3 of us, if not 4 of us, to man it because it's heavy.
It's what? It's heavy?
It's bloody heavy.
Heavy?
The 5 foot piece you're going to have will be heavy enough. But bearing in mind there's 20 foot, it's now 20 foot long, 20 foot and some inches long. We only want...
what's the rest of it being used for?
15 foot. So where the cattle race is, in the barn,
Yeah.
where that little low wall is,
Yeah.
that they
You're
keep...
putting it down there.
I want to put it down there to stop anything get its feet caught in the... between the wall and the concrete panel. That's the plan.
Because they keep doing that.
I'm worried about someone hurting its foot in there one day, so I thought if I put a piece of that in there, that would cure that. And I also thought it was a very intelligent thing to do. What?
You're very tough of yourself, aren't you?
Well, look, someone's got to blow my trumpet. No one else ever offers.
Oh,
Your mother hasn't blown my trumpet for years.
Dad, no.
What?
No, you disgusting man.
What are you talking about? I want to
You're
just
disgusting.
give myself a bit of...
Stop. Just stop. Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay. We won't talk about bugle blowing anymore.
Stop.
What?
You disgust me.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's your twisted mind, that is. Nothing to do with me. I was being perfectly normal.
Change the subject.
While I think about it,
Yeah.
we launched a beef pack this week, and Fiona has her name down for one.
Yeah.
Do you want to confirm that?
Yeah, I can give her... Do you want me to give her your number, or do you want me to do it?
Just give her a ring and just make sure she wants it, because I've only got one. I've sold them all. I've only got one left actually now. So I've got another customer got 62 miles away. It's coming down to get one. So
okay, I'll give her a ring and I'll confirm it because I think she's coming in next week.
that's all right. Well, we haven't even sent the animal off yet. I mean, we have actually got 2 fit to go. So if we did get a load of orders, we could actually probably do 2. But I'd like to spread them out a bit more than that. But yeah, if you want to just confirm that Fiona still wants one, because if she doesn't, I can re-advertise it. So.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Or you can give it to Abby. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. Who said that?
You don't want another beef pack.
I haven't earned it this.
Yeah, no, you haven't. Your granddad's having one. Because your granddad's having one this time because he's run out. Okay. And we're having one because we've run out nearly. So.
Well, I'm a lonely orphan.
No, you're not.
No food.
Well, just do what Emma does. Come down and raid our fridge. Talk of the devil. That's her on the phone now.
Fair enough.
Afternoon, world. And welcome to Friday the 17th of April, and we are actually getting a bit of rain. Not a lot of rain, but I suppose beggars can't be choosers. You know, there's a little bit of water running in the yard. It is now almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So far we've had just maybe a millimetre. We need 13 to 15, I suppose, to really kick stuff off. I don't think we're going to get that today. Hopefully over the weekend we will. But it is looking greener right there. So all I need is for the grass to get a head start. And then some of these can go out. It's been a fairly quiet morning here so far. I had to stay in most of the morning because we had an issue with our hot water system and I had to get the plumber out. Luckily he was already kind of booked to come anyway. So I just had to add a few things to his list. So we had a leak on our hot water system that kind of couldn't wait. The boiler needs servicing as well. That can wait. He'll come back for that when it's a bit quieter. But no, we had a pressure valve that had gone, the seat had gone on it, and it was just throwing water at it at no tomorrow, and I'm on a meter. So the guys have just got back from their tree work. I don't know if they finished. We'll go and see them in a minute. But in the meantime, I got to do a bale for the cows and calves, so we'll crack on with that. You've had your breakfast hours ago. You're not having any more yet? No. That's slippery. Right, you know the drill. Most of them are already led down anyway. And one out there. Oh, 2. Come on, you 2, you got to go in. Go on. Go on then. And you, get up. In you go. In you go. Go on. Good girls. I'll sort that out for a minute. Yeah, let's be blowing that around then. We don't want that getting wet. I really need to spend half an hour bagging that up. Well, apart from really wanting to go outside, you know, standing in here looking at all that green stuff, they're not actually that unhappy. So we're getting through a bale a day at the minute, so it's basically alternating ends. Today they'll have a bale, tomorrow they'll be the other end. We've got enough for 28 days of last year's haylage left, which is kind of, hopefully, looking at that, going to be enough. Lovely. We've got another 15 to 20 bales around the corner of the year before's haylage, which is okay. So if push came to shove, we could keep them in. Plus we got about 50 bales of hay, which again, if they had to stay in, we've probably got enough to keep them in for a couple of months. We just don't want to. We want them out there. That's where they want to be. That's where they'll be happy. And this bit of rain is going to help. Right then, ladies. Considering you've got lambs drawn off of you, sorry, duh. Considering they got calves drawn off these cows, and all they're getting is haylage. I mean, she's a bit thin, but she was a youngster anyway. She was the bull found her. She ain't that old, so she got a bit behind. Her ribs are sticking out a bit. Could do with a bit extra, but pretty much generally they're all rearing their calves quite well. So everything looks happy. Update on the flooring here. This has not been cleaned out since the last video, and I think I worked it out. It was something like, well, it was the last week of March when we last mucked them out. And if you look at the flooring here, it's actually still, you know, it's got muck in it, but the wood chip soaks up all the moisture. They kick it about, all these pats that you see just disappear. So when it's dry, the wood chip floor lasts for ages. So this will make some good compost as well. Right, that sounds like the dustman have arrived to pick up our food waste. I'll put the skid steer away, put that black wrap away, and we'll go see the tree guys. Well, we would have gone and seen the tree guys, but they've gone. So I think actually they finished all the chipping work. They've just gone back and pick up timber now, so they'll be in later. Maybe we'll catch them later. It's Friday, so probably what will happen is if they get back in for 3 o'clock, I'll just tell them to go home. You know, it's weekend, isn't it? Pick up my bin. Hello. Farmer P's got some post. Wonder who that's from. Right. It's always interesting when we get a bit of post off of I don't like calling you guys fans, I just sort of a subscriber. So I've got me toilet reading sorted out. So anything interesting in there in the headlines? So, a very happy man with some cows. I will read that or run through that later on. Right, okay. And that is Farmer's Garden. Maybe I'll read through that later on as well. So, an envelope from Dublin. Dublin. Interesting. Obviously, this is full of rude stuff and unrepeatable. I'll cut this from the video. But what have we got in here? Oh, this looks interesting. Okay, now that is lovely. So make sure there's no address on there. There is no address on there. So I have been sent that from Sarah. In fact, I'll read you the letter. So, to Farmer P, my name is Sarah. I'll just stick with Sarah for now, shall I? My name is Sarah. I am 8 years old. I live in Robertstown in Ireland. I love watching your videos. I have the teddy of Biscuit and a mug with you and Abby and Biscuit I got from Santa. I hope you get my letter. Lots and lots of love from Sarah. Well, Sarah, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for the picture. That's lovely. I really appreciate that. That is probably one of the nicest things I've had for a long time. So I'm going to put that up there later on. In fact, I'm going to put it up there now. So even though I don't make videos for kids, there's obviously a few. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that on the back of there, like that, basically, so it can stay there all year. So every time, I'm not making a very good job at this, and more thumbs today. Every time Sarah watches a video from my office, she can see my picture. Isn't that lovely? Thank you, Sarah. So honestly, we get quite a lot of posts, and obviously we get a lot of messages on Facebook and Messenger and stuff like that, but there is nothing like receiving something in the post where someone's actually taken the time to create it and make it, and that is lovely. So if I wasn't so big and hard, I'd have a lump in my throat. Okay, thank you, Sarah. That is going to go in the drawer with some of my other letters that I get, and that can stay there. So obviously there's no address, so I can't write back on it thank you, but I think obviously the message hopefully on here will suffice. And like you said, that's going to stay there now. Well, should be till, what's the last day on there? Oh my god, it's December. So that's going to be there all year. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate that. Okay, so let's put me right off my pace now. We've got some rain. We have actually got some rain. Look at that, rain on the windows. It's coming from the northeast, so it's quite a cold rain. So although the ground needs the moisture, and we do desperately need the moisture, it's cold. So what we need now, I know I'm asking a lot, is what we really need is some warm rain. So if we could have Great Uncle God, if you're listening, because I think Great Uncle God's also a fan of the channel, if we could maybe have a bit of warm rain, or just a bit more rain and then some warmth afterwards, would that be okay? And then that grass can get going, and then my cows can go outside, because they really, really want to go outside. And if they could ask you themselves, they would. So I'll ask you for them. Bit of rain, some warmth, bit more rain, some warmth, you know, sort of half an inch overnight, over, you know, 3 or 4 times over the next, you know, 2 weeks maybe. And then the wheat can go, and the barley can go, everybody who's planted stuff, you know, do it at night. I know 1 or 2 of you will complain about raining at night because you've got to work out in it, but the majority of us don't. So tough and sorry at the same time. I'm really tickled with that. Okay, so I think today's video is going to be fairly short, because we've lost a load of the day because I had the plumber in, and you didn't really want to watch a plumber fiddling with my boiler, did you? She's on the phone upstairs at the moment. So we lost a couple of hours on that this morning. It is now raining, and all the feeding's done, all the sheep are happy I've already been and done them. Everything I have to do is kind of done. So I am contemplating, 2:30, I'm contemplating having the rest of the day off. I anticipate I'll last a couple of hours, and then I'll get bored and I'll go and do something. So if I go back and do something later on and it's not piddling down with rain and I won't get the camera wet, etc., I'll take you with me. If not, then this is the end of the video. Thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, Sarah. That is lovely. So I'm having the afternoon off. Can you guess what I'm watching? I thought it was fitting after the video I did the other day. Well, I've had my fix of humour for the day. Mel Brooks usually brings a smile to my face, and Blazing Saddles, well, that's pretty much guaranteed. There are certain scenes in there that kind of fit with my level of humour, you know, rock bottom. It's coming up to 7 o'clock. Day is almost done. It's just kind of last round time now to check the sheep. I always come out a few times a day just to make sure everything's okay. I'd like to wish Nick's Farm congratulations on reaching 1,000 subscribers. Well deserved, mate, and like I posted on your page, roll on the next thousands. So you're doing a good job. I'm enjoying what you're viewing, and I'm sure everybody else is. So right, that's still a cracking lamb. The regret I have for removing his nads now, you know, he'll make good eating, but he'd have made a good breeding ram too, probably, wouldn't you? Yeah, I put paid to that. So we've had a bit of rain. Eureka! I'm actually out in me wellies. Who would have thunked 6 weeks ago that I'd be happy to be back out in me wellies? But I am. We haven't had a lot. I reckon we've had 4, maybe 5 mil if we're lucky. It's not enough, but it will certainly help. It will help kickstart this grass off. So, you know, those cracks have appeared in the last 3 weeks, and it would take a lot more than 4 or 5 millimeters of rain to close them up again. But everything out here looks happy. If I'm going to get mobbed by something, I mean, it's probably a wet nose. Whatever you want, I haven't got any. And you're fat enough. Look at the state of you. You don't need it. No, get off. You're worse than a dog. That's one. Number 1's over there. Where's tether number 2 then? I don't like them much, but I do wonder where they are if they don't actually come and see me. So we got number 1, number 2. Oh, here we go. And get run over now. Prepare yourself. Impact is coming. Oh yeah, wet, wet. Oh, that's nasty. That was just nasty. Horrible wet lamb right between the knees. I did not like that. Right, I know where you are now. You can go away. Fence all looks tight. No, get off! You're wet. It's like someone's sticking a wet sponge between your knees. Go away. Horrible creature. You on the long tail? No, just... Yeah, I'm definitely eating that one. Go off! My knees together. That'll stop it. No. No. Go away. Nasty wet creature. It's like being attacked by a cold bath mat. Right, well, they got... Go away! They got plenty of shot. I've got mints now. I've actually got a mince to stop him going through my legs. Go away! They got plenty of shelter right here. So underneath these trees are still dry. So lambs and the ewes have got plenty of places to lie out of this bit of... Oh. Go away! Out of the weather. Right, that's it. I'm happy. Back up the house. I fancy something naughty. Chocolate eclair. I think there's one left.